Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first chapter of the course Introduction to Sustainability. Chapter 1 presents an introduction to the concept of sustainability and the Global Sustainable Development Goals. The learning objectives of this chapter are natural resources and their importance for a human's life, role of sustainability in conserving the natural resources, evolution of sustainable development goals, and a definition of sustainable development and the goals of sustainable development, and also approaches and pillars of sustainable development. What are natural resources? Natural resources are the resources available in the nature, like air, water, sunlight, soil, minerals, and forests, and we use them in our daily life. Natural resources are classified into two categories, renewable resources and non-renewable resources. What is the difference between them? So renewable resources can be used repeatedly and does not run out because they are naturally replaced. However, non-renewable resources are the resources which cannot be replenished in a short period of time, such as minerals like coal, petroleum, natural gas, and metals, and because they take millions of years to be formed. What are the benefits of natural resources? So here, if we talk about soil, soil is one of the natural resources. Soil can perform several vital functions. How? By sustaining plant and animal life below and above the surface, by regulating and rationing water, by filtering, buffering, degrading, immobilizing, and detoxifying, and also by storing and cycling nutrients, and by providing support to structures. Fossil fuels also play an important role in our daily life. We use fossil fuel in the generation of energy, in transportation, but also in the fabrication of things such as plastic. The water resources are so useful to humans, to animals, to plants. We use water in every day. We use it to drink, we use it to cook, we use it to clean, we use it for hygiene, and we use it also in agriculture, industrial, household, recreational, and environmental activities. Forest resources also can play or can perform many functions, such as productive functions. How? By giving or by providing food, essential oils, medicine. Some protective functions by conserving soil and water, preventing drought, and protecting against wind, radiation, noise, and cold. And also it can perform regulative functions by absorbing and storing and releasing the gas. So as you know, trees can take the CO2 and give us the oxygen. Wildlife also can play and can perform many functions in the beauty sector, in economic sector, in the scientific, and also by maintaining an ecological balance and in the ecotourism sector. Are natural resources important? Of course, natural resources are important because without them we cannot get our daily necessities. So actually, the earth supports human life because it provides what is needed for survival. But what we are doing, actually, we are overusing the nature. And so there will be no more resources available in the future and also for the future generations. So what is the solution? The solution is we need emergent actions. Why? Action to conserve the nature. Some of these actions are maintaining ecological balance for supporting life, preserving different types of biodiversity, preserving the natural resources for the present and future generations. How we can do it? Actually, as you know, and due to the increasing of population, increasing of industrialization and urbanization, the demand for natural resources increases. And however, the natural resources are limited. So here we need to do a proper management of natural resources, or what we call the sustainable management of natural resources, in order to make a balance between the economy, between the environment, and between the social. What does it mean, sustainability, or what does it mean, sustainable development? So the term of sustainable development first came to prominence in the World Conservation Strategy in 1980. And it achieved a new status with the publication of two significant reports by Brundtland on North and South, a program for survival and common crisis, in 1985, and the second report was Our Common Future in 1983, and has gained more attention since the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development held in Rio de Janeiro in June 1992. According to Brundtland, sustainable development is defined as the development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. And sustainable development offers the world a plan for saving the earth. It means meeting four objectives at the same time. We need a social progress, which recognizes the needs of everyone, an effective protection of the environment, a prudent use of natural resources, and the maintenance of high and stable levels of economic growth and employment. In this slide, you can see the major dates incorporate sustainability. We talked about in 1987 that the United Nations Brundtland Report provides the most popular definition of sustainable development. For example, in 2011, the creation of Sustainability Accounting Standards Board. The aim of this board is to develop and disseminate sustainability accounting standards. And in 2015, the adoption of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development by the UN General Assembly was 17 objectives and 169 targets. So in order to meet humans' basic need and also protecting the environment, there are two main universal goals. The first one in 2000, we call it Millennium Declaration. And the second one is in 2015, which is Sustainable Development Goals. What is Sustainable Millennium Development? So in September 2000, leaders of 189 countries gathered at United Nations, and they signed the historic Millennium Declaration, in which they committed to combat poverty, hunger, disease, literacy, environmental degradation, and discrimination against women. And this declaration was translated into a roadmap setting out 8 time-bound and measurable goals to be achieved by 2015 and known as Millennium Development Goals. The 8 goals are presented here. As you can see, we have 3 goals about health. So to combat HIV, AIDS, malaria, and other diseases, improve maternal health, and reduce child mortality. One of the goals is about promoting gender equality and empower women, and also one about the education by achieving universal primary education, also eradicate extreme poverty and hunger, and one goal about the environment by ensuring environmental sustainability, and one of the goals we need to develop a global partnership in order to achieve the goals of sustainable or of millennium development.